Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Rick and Morty, Season 6, Episode 3. And having some issues with the YouTube monetization. I did submit an appeal, as I stated in my previous video. They're saying that it's still reused content, some of the clips, and that I didn't give enough support, I guess, to show that it wasn't all just reused clips. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do the clips, but maybe I will voice over them or something and make them more meme-ish. That's the only real thing that I can think of doing at this point in time. I have to wait, unfortunately, 30 days and apply again for monetization. But we're going to keep doing reviews for right now. Might be doing a little bit less of the clips, obviously, because I want to actually get monetized. That's obviously the end goal. And if that's what's keeping me from getting monetized, then I'm just going to have to either dub over them or do a meme out of them or something along those lines. We'll figure it out. But without further ado, let's get into this review. So we start off with Morty playing some video games. Rick just is naked. For whatever reason, he's naked, and he's like, oh, cool, video games. And then everybody's like, all right, let's go for dinner. We have Space Beth, Jerry, Summer, whole family get together. And there's definitely some weird vibes coming from Jerry. Basically, he's saying that he is going to put a toaster in the bathtub. You know, the old bathtub joke, if Beth were to ever leave him. So there's some terrifying things right there. We have some tension, some sexual tension building up between Beth and Space Beth. Obviously, they know each other the best because they are each other. They all have each other's memories. Regular Beth can now speak French, so that's interesting. They're playing ultra realistic video games, and it's pretty funny because they're playing like this old asteroid style game, and when the ultra realistic version is that it's really hard to find an asteroid because the reality of it is the vast majority of space is empty, so it's kind of hard to find an asteroid when it's just a bunch of emptiness. Morty sends like a video recording to his son. He's starved to death trying to find an asteroid. They go out to Space Beth's ship. Some more tension going on there. Summer sees it. Summer sees what's happening outside, and then she gets into video games because she just doesn't want to deal with that. Does not want to deal with that whatsoever. And we have ultra realistic Street Fighter, where basically they have to find each other first. They have to they got to go through the subway, get in a taxi, whatever. And then there's a meter where they're actually forgetting about why they were fighting. Space Beth and Beth are going to run for ice cream, and then Rick and Summer there just start playing video games. They have a nice little spiel in space. They're talking about how they really like each other. Some real high narcissism going on. They forgot the ice cream. Morty sees them making out right there. There you go. That might be a thumbnail. And now Morty's just super into video games. And they're like, yep, I'm going to forget about this. We didn't see nothing. Rick finds a space robot whale where apparently you can get like really cool, good cables out of them for video gaming. This is where, Rick's like, yeah, I know what's going on. Do what you got to do. Here's your ice cream. Making a nice little snow angel. Regular Beth does not know if this is the best idea. Actually, when we see them blowing out, she actually blows out Jerry, if I remember correctly. I'm going to try to play this little clip here without getting demonetized. Too late, already demonetized, so it doesn't even matter. But let's see here. Come on, just blow the thing. There we go. So, middle finger. And yeah, there's the picture I was talking about. So hers is like basically a giant FU to everybody and everything, and she cares deeply for Jerry. She's been with him for a while. Whether we still have no idea who the clone is and who isn't. She's thinking that she's not the clone and that she is the clone. No idea. Jerry finishes his horse puzzle. He's like, I'm playing the original video games, and then. Ironically, they put Jerry into a video game that's about infidelity. And they're like, oh, maybe we should play something else. She's like, no, this looks like fun. Beth and Space Beth live out their lives in like a VR simulator, and the family's like, you gotta tell Jerry, like, you can't just keep going behind his back. Space Beth is like, no, I'm not, yeah, whatever, we're not doing any of that, we'll do whatever we want, type of situation, where regular Beth is kind of like, maybe we should tell Jerry. And then we have this cool little sequence with Jerry seeing Beth at high school, and his friend here, we have no idea who this person is. It's like, even if you do get her, man, like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, man. You really got no idea what you're getting yourself into. And he doesn't. He has no idea what he's getting himself into. Space Beth then says, them, regular Beth and her are having at it, and Jerry turns into a roly-poly. I know there's like a technical term for these bugs. I always call them roly-polies. But it's a defense mechanism, where basically nobody can really get into it, and he can't get out of it. He chooses to get out of it, so it's like a giant emotional thing for him. He has to kind of get over his own emotions before he comes out of it. Giant defense mechanism. Then we have the video game again, where it's like, oh, you got eaten by a vampire. Beth trying to, comfort Jerry and get him out of there. With Beth saying, who cares? Let him stay in there forever. We'll do our own thing. We'll go on adventures. And she's like, yeah, I can't do that. I got kids to raise. Things along those lines. We then get to the point where we got some mind erasers going, where they're just going to erase their minds, and everybody else is going to forget about it. And at that point, Jerry comes up, and he was like, yep, whatever, I'm not dealing with this, I'm packing, I'm leaving. A very healthy response, too, if you find your partner cheating on you. Like, yeah, I'm out of here, I'm getting out of this, I'm not dealing with this. Although they were both like, well, it's not technically cheating because it was with myself, even though it's a clone, but it's still a different person. And then we find out that Jerry was kind of into it. Jerry was very much so into it. He was like, I'm annoyed that, like, you didn't tell me about this ahead of time. I probably would have approved of it. And then Space Beth starts getting into it, and you can all see where this is going. And we hear some fun noises in the background. And everybody's just like, oh god, get the portal gun fixed. Because the big portion of this is the portal gun is still not fixed. So I don't know when or if Rick's going to do that. This might be more a more family-centric season. I mean, we do still have 7 episodes left, so quite a long way to go. We're not even halfway through the season yet. And now we got a throuple. We got a throuple going on between Jerry, Beth, and Space Beth. Morty and Summer are really disgusted. I mean, anybody in that situation hearing what they heard, gross. And Rick just doesn't care. Rick's just like, yup, I understand how people work. Saw where this is going. I do not care. Rick apparently has this cool little hidden liquor cabinet, like, behind this window. But a whole bunch of stuff. There's a little bit of Morty is in here for some reason. I think this is a Meeseeks box. If I remember correctly, this is something else. No idea what that is. Got some flasks up top. A razor blade, perhaps? I'm not exactly sure what that is. And we get to the end credit scene where Jerry is trying to... he was like, oh, you can't just come here, like, Rick has to sign you in. If you remember, I don't remember what season that was from, where they dropped Jerry off at, like, this daycare center. And Jerry wants to see Jerry, and they end up giving each other a little smoochy smooch. Yep, there you go, right there. Right there. So it kind of mimics that earlier scene with Beth kissing Space Beth. He doesn't do anything. Like, he was just like, all right, that was awesome, I'm leaving. How Jerry was able to get there, I guess Rick's spaceship. I guess that would make sense. They would use Rick's spaceship in order to get there. There's no portal guns, no longer a thing. No real canon going on at the moment. Nothing really, like, major going on with this episode. I mean, I guess you could call this canon. So I guess Space Beth is definitely going to become a reoccurring character. It's something, it's something where it's kind of like they can use her whenever they feel like it now. So they can just like if they don't want to bring her back for the rest of the season, they don't have to. But then, like, if they feel like bringing her back in like a season or two, yeah, I mean, we can just assume she was there the entire time, in the background, doing her own thing. This one can get a 7 out of 10. Pretty decent episode overall. Definitely an interesting dive into Beth's character, what her morals are. Definitely saw some character development. She doesn't want to leave her family. She is. I would argue and say that she's more attracted to Jerry now than ever because she's allowing her to live out this exploration, if you will, through Space Beth. And Space Beth seems to be cool with it too because she theoretically gets Jerry back as well. So they both, obviously they're both attracted to Jerry. They married the guy, so it seems to be working out. There seems to be a throuple situation going on. Who knows whatever ever happened to Mr. Nimbus? Who knows whatever happened with that whole situation? But definitely exploring both of their characters. Jerry's definitely getting a little better. He literally turned it into like a giant roly-poly. But at the same time, he took some time to process it, did the healthy thing, and processed the emotions, and then, set a solution. And they both seem to agree with his solution. So that's where we're at. We'll see if I feel like doing a clip. I may or may not do a clip from this episode. But there you have it. That's where we're going to end it. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one. Make sure to also subscribe, like, and comment, and do not buy anything you see from advertisements on my videos until I give you the okay. Because YouTube advertising, that's why. Bye.